If you want to take your team play to the next level, you should play Viper, Yoto and Wuchen. This lineup is extremely strong and favored by pro players. You will often see it in tournaments, and practicing this will improve your game sense and team coordination. The strategy boils down to this. Viper's F2 silence ability makes enemies unable to use skills and sets up easy kills for Yoto's V3 or Viper's V1. Yoto's and Wuchen's F3 keep the team healthy or zone out enemies in certain situations. In emergencies, Wuchen's V1 can teleport everyone to safety. There are multiple ways to play this lineup, and mastering all of them can take months of practice. The important ones I call primary engage, secondary engage, and perfect engage. There is also an emergency protocol. Let's start with the basic primary engage. Viper F2 into Yoto V3. Viper hits her silence on any target and calls it out. Yoto immediately ults on the silenced target. Viper and Wuchen stagger the enemy with light attacks and grapples. You kill the target, Yoto takes the flower, and you fight an easy 3 vs 2. If Yoto didn't use all slashes yet, and the other enemies ran away, she can jump cancel the rest of her ult to save some rage. The secondary engage is about using Viper F2 into Viper V1. Viper calls the silenced target and ults, Yoto and Wuchen stagger or grapple to set up the stun, and you kill the target. Viper takes the flower. This secondary engage makes sense if the enemy runs a Viper counter such as Matari, V3 Jueshan or Wuchen, and they are either silenced or already used their ult. If your Yoto doesn't have her ult and there's nothing to stop Viper ult, if the enemy team doesn't run a Viper counter and there is a high chance of stunning one or more targets, if your Wuchen ult is no option and Viper is going to die if she doesn't ult, and if your Viper runs into an enemy Viper and there is nothing else to stop Viper ult.
Oh, I don't know who first ulted.
I ult. Being the first Viper to ult with an effective range means winning the Viper ult trade. These are some general guidelines, but this list is not complete because reality is more complex. For example, bad terrain or positioning can make Viper ult fail, and some enemies have iframes or appealing, such as Temuk F, Kurumi F, and Transformer ults. What's important is that in most cases, it's bad to use two ults at the same time. Both Yoto and Viper ult need the stagger of their teammates to work properly, so it's cost saving and usually more effective to only use one ult at a time. Viper and Yoto need to state their intention as early as possible, position themselves well, and coordinate closely so everyone is on the same page about what to do. The perfect engage is about identifying a target that's out of position and using Viper F2 into Yoto F3. The target should not be in blue frames, so it gets staggered by the Viper F2. And the Yoto F3 should be placed in a way that zones out the target from their teammates. If you do it perfectly, you can get the kill with 2 Fs and just neutral without spending any ult. This is arguably faster and more efficient, but also more difficult to pull off. I do not recommend this to brand new teams. The emergency protocol kicks in when Viper misses her F or takes a lot of damage, and Viper ulting is no option. Viper has no combo breaker or healing ability, so she will need to fall back. Yoto can use a defensive F3 to zone out enemies or let Viper reset inside. Wuchen's F3 can zone out grapples, monk grabs, enemy Yoto teleport and ranged weapons. It can also powder up the team's armor. Viper's teammates covering for her biggest weakness, her vulnerability, is an amazing synergy. If all of that is not enough, Wuchen can teleport out. Wuchen can also happily trade his ult against important enemy ults. For example, Wuchen can teleport to save his team from a Viper or Temuk ult. He can also teleport after a teammate gets monk grabbed or when the enemy is using 2 or more dangerous ults, especially when no teammate has ulted yet. Whenever Wuchen teleports out, he should call fight or flight so everyone is on the same page about re-engaging or escaping. If the call is to re-engage, Viper needs to remember which enemies haven't used ult yet, for they will be a priority silenced target. There are some more niche engages, such as Viper drop from a tree or high ground, or Wuchen teleporting your ulting Viper onto one or more enemy teams. You can also dry fight without using any ults, specifically to exhaust enemy ults, Wuchen teleport out, and re-engage with ult advantage. In terms of talents or glyphs, you want grappling distance on all characters to escape after Wuchen teleport. Viper and Wuchen play high energy builds. Yoto should put everything into red and purple rage to mass produce her ult at an industrial scale. Most Chinese teams even pick full green initial rage on her. In terms of loot distribution, Viper should get the best armor and most of the jades that keep her alive, such as health, melee, phantom step, storm stride, and Tsuna. Yoto should get the best melee weapon, attack soul jades, and sky force. Wuchen should get the best ranged weapon, advanced heal, group heal, and mortal defiance. The Viper comp is strong in the early game, but it's difficult to survive in the final circle without access to a transformer HP pool or Kurumi ult. So make sure to play fast and aggressively. Hot drop for early kills. Beating transformers in young gates is difficult unless you know exactly what you're doing, so be cautious about entering. At the highest level, the Viper comp is played as a hit and run comp. You sneak up on an enemy team silently without grapples or shooting, so Viper can hit her F2 with the element of surprise. If you enjoyed this video, like it and share it, and post a question, comment, or short speech before you watch something else. Thank you so much for watching and take care.